Greetings to all. In this video, we're going to learn about consonants with a brief description of vowels at the end of this session. So let's get started. First, we're going to read all the consonants and then we're going to learn how to write them. First, here it is. This letter is known as Alif. You must have observed that in some of the books, the structure has this symbol at the top of it. So this symbol is known as Hamza. This symbol is known as Hamza. Now the next letter is Ba. Other letter, this one is known as Ta. This letter is known as Sa. I'm placing a dot below it so that we can make a difference. Now what is the difference? You must have observed that in English, we have learned about TH. TH makes the sound of th. Th in Hindi. Somewhere it makes the sound of th, and somewhere when we add th with e, it becomes the sound of the. But here in Arabic, we pronounce it as sa, sa, sa. Tongue should be between the teeth. Tongue should be in the middle of the teeth, and we need to blow some air from mouth. So it will become sa, sa, very softly. Now next one is Jim. Jim. After Jim, this letter is known as just we need to blow some air from mouth. Next letter, this letter is known as Kha. 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 To pronounce this letter, we need to rub our throat little bit. And this letter is known as Kha. Kha. In Hindi, you must have observed that KH. Okay, in English, KH forms the pronunciation of Kha. Kha se khargosh in Hindi. But here in Arabic, KH makes the produce the sound of Kha. Kha. Little bit we need to rub our throat and then we need to produce the sound. After this structure, this letter is known as Dal. Dal. After Dal, with the same structure having the dot on it, it becomes Dhal. After Dhal, this letter is known as Ra. Ra. Same structure having a dot on it, this is known as Za. 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 After Za, this structure is known as Seen. Seen. After Seen, same structure having 3 dots on it is called as Sheen. Sheen. Now this structure is known as Sod. Sod. After Sod, here it is Dod. Dod. This structure that looks like similar to B, small b in English, this letter is known as To. 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 Now this letter is known as Zo. Zo. Somewhere it is called as Zo, but somewhere in UAE we say it as Zo. 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 Now this letter, and this letter is very famous among all the letters in Arabic as it has different sound. This letter is known as Ain. Ain. Now this letter with the same structure having a dot on it, this is known as Gain. Gain. In Hindi, we have learned about Gha se ghada and Ga se gamla. Alright, Ga se gamla, Ga, and Gha se ghadi or ghada. This sound, Gain sound, G, G, G. This is not proper G se gamla, or this is not proper Gh se ghadi. It the sound that is produced, it is in the middle of it. Just need to rub the throat softly and gently, and then the sound that is produced, that is known as G, 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 G. All right. Now the next letter is Fa. Fa. This letter is known as Quaf. Quaf. It starts from Q. This letter is known as Kaf. K. It starts from K. Now the next letter is Lam. Lam. This letter is known as Mim. Somewhere it is written like this, and somewhere it is written like this. Mim. Now this letter is known as Noon. Noon. This letter is known as Ha. Ha. In English and Hindi, we have learnt about H for hen and H se hathi. So that this sound, H, her sound is of this letter, her. After this, it is having the consonant of wow, wow, wow. Last letter is known as ya, ya. So here are 28 letters in Arabic. Now we're going to learn it in a very simple manner. Alif. All right, that is the first letter of Arabic consonant. After this, you must have observed that these three letters have the same structure, have the same body. So body is this. All right, 1, 2, 3. Structure is same, but the difference is between their dots. In ba, we place dot below the structure. In ta, we place the dots above the structure, 2 dots above the structure, and 3 dots above the structure in sa. Or you can say we form it as a triangle vertices. All right. So this one is ba, ta, and sa. Now next you must have observed jim, ha, jim, and kha has the same structure. In jim, dot is placed in the heart of G, or you can say in the center of G. In there is no dot, and in kha, dot is placed above the structure. So you can say these three are brothers, and after this, these three are brothers. After, okay, ba, ta, and sa form a one family. Jim and ha forms the other family. Here you can see dal, this structure. These both the letters have same structure. Differences between their dots. This one is known as dal, and the next one is known as dhal. After these two, there are two other consonants that have same structure, is ra and za. Difference is among their dots, right? Ra does not have any dot, za has one dot above it. Now the next letter is seen. So first we're going to form small w with the deep U. This becomes seen. Same structure, small w with the deep U having three dots on it is called sheen. Now the next letter, that is sod. Here, how to draw this, how to form it. Okay, you have seen kahwa utensil. You must have seen kahwa utensil in which we prepare kahwa. First, it has the handle with the deep U. This is known as sod. Same structure, having dot, it is called dod. Now next, here I am writing this structure that is similar to small b in English. This is known as to. To. Other letter, you can say the other brother of to is having a dot, is called zo in some of the places, and somewhere in UAE it is known as do. But its standard spoken language, we usually call it as zo. Now here in this structure, in this other letter, this is called ain. Here in this other letter with the same structure, differences of dot, this is called gain. Gain. Next letter is fa. Same structure having two dots on it, it is called kaf. Now, how to write kaf? K. Form this structure, place small s. Lam is totally like this, but it does not have small s in the heart of it. Now the next other letters are normally like meme, noon, ha, wow, and ya. So in Arabic, there are 28 letters in all. Now we're going to learn about the difference. So the first difference is in this structure, in this letter. In this letter, that is sa. It has a different pronunciation. It does not give the pronunciation, or it does not produce the sound of th, not even the, and not even sa in Hindi. It gives the pronunciation sa, 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 sa. Now this one, this letter and this letter. In English and Hindi, we have learnt about her. Her say hathi in Hindi and H for hen in English. This is proper H, her. And this one, this structure, this letter, while producing this letter, the sound of this letter, it is only just you need to blow some air from your mouth. Next letter is this. That is ha, 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 ha. All right, ha. This is not proper KH, kh se khargosh or KH. While producing the sound of this letter, we need to rub our throat and then we need to produce the sound. That is ha, ha, ha. All right. Now next letter, this seen. Seen has the sound of sir and sawed. Sawed has the sound of saw. Saw. Sir is different. Saw is different. All right. Now the next letter is here. Dal and dod. Dal is da or D, simple D. Dod. In dod, we need to open our mouth like o, do, right? And here it is the. Now this is the letter that is very famous that has a different sound and it is known as ah, ah, ah. In this, we need to press our throat little bit. We need to pressurize our throat little bit so that the sound can be produced. Or you can relate it as when we get hurt or when we feel any pain, we usually say, oh, it's paining. So that sound we can use here. And here it is, oh. Now the other difference is quaff. Quaff. It starts from Q. And other one, this one is calf. Calf. It starts from K. And rest of the letters are having their own sound. So this we have done. Now we're going to learn about vowels. So I'm sharing my screen. These are the vowels. In this, there are some short vowels, some diphthongs, some are tanveen. And I'm going to show you that how to form diphthongs, sound of diphthongs, and also the long vowels. Here, short vowels and tanveen sounds are shown in this slide. So first one, this is called as fatha. Fatha. This structure, this symbol is known as dhamma. Dhamma. Now this structure or this symbol is known as sukoon. Sukoon. This sound or this symbol is known as shadda. Shadda. All right. Now this one is known as kasra. These are all the short vowels except shadda. All right. Fatha has the sound of a. Dhamma has the sound of u. Sukoon has a sound of relief. Like we need to give a pause on particular consonant. Shadda gives us the double sound of the particular consonant. Like let's for example double D, double B. All right. So there we use shadda. Next sound is E, kasra. I or choti e se e, imli. Right? E sound. These are all the short ones except shadda. Now here are the tanweens. 2/ above the consonant is called tanween fatha. This one that forms with the two dhammas, it becomes tanween dhamma. Now the next 2/ below the consonants are called as tanween kasra. Now we're going to learn, now I'm going to give you brief description on long vowels. To form double A or A, we use fatha plus alif. Fatha plus alif. This you can write it down. Next is double E sound. Or you can say badi E se imli sound. This is formed by kasra with ya. Kasra plus ya. Now here I am writing sound of oo, double O. That is oo in Hindi. All right. It is formed by placing dhamma with wow. Wow plus dhamma. All right. So these are the long vowels. Now we're going to learn about diphthongs. Diphthongs has the sound of A, I, A, I. It is formed by fatha at the top of the consonant with ya. So it has become fatha plus Yeah. Now the next diphthong is, here I'm writing O, O. O is AU. O is AW. It forms with the help of fatha plus waw. This you can write in your notes. You can take a screenshot or you can write it in the notes as per your convenience. So in this video, I have introduced all the consonants that are there in Arabic, and also the vowels. I have given the brief description about vowels. Now in the next session, I'm going to help you how to write all the consonants in the note. All right. So we're going to meet in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care. Ma salama. Illilaka.